tall guys. I'd like to be held in a tall guy's arms because I'm small.
A little superficial, but she's kind of like reality TV bait.
I like to show different sides of myself, one by one. Slow.
This is my favorite girl from the show. She's athletic. She actually looks like she hasn't had that much work done. Okay, Singles Inferno, a really hot Korean reality slash dating show. A lot of dating lessons here. I'm gonna skip through a lot. Spoiler alert, I will be covering what happens in this whole series. And but I'll be skipping, really just focusing on the dating scenes because that's where a lot of the lessons are learned. All right, so they start off on this island where they have to like cook for themselves. The bathroom is not that clean. Basically, it's a makeshift. They built the island. It actually looks quite beautiful, but it's not, luxurious. And while they're on this island, they cannot talk about their age or their professions. So Paradise is basically like a nice five-star hotel. They get to order in, they get to hang out in the hotel, swim, talk to each other. And they can talk about their age and profession. So that's the premise of this show. All right, for the Western audience, for those of you that don't know, shows in East Asia, particularly Japan, Taiwan, and Korea, usually they have this editing thing where they have what's going on and then they cut to 3 or 4 hosts. And these hosts are supposed to guide the viewer through the interaction, give really witty commentary, and give context as to what they think is going on. The hosts are usually very self-deprecating. You have a really funny one, and you have a really witty host. You have another host that's more intellectual. Basically, think of it as like sport commentators, right? Commentating on what's going on. South Korea has some of the best plastic surgeons in the world, and they have a lot of it. And you'll see this girl here in particular, one of the hosts, the light skin, the obviously done face, but well done. They have this doll-like look, and it's a highly coveted beauty standard in Asia. I personally, find it interesting, but that's their beauty standard, and you'll see that a lot with the contestants as well. I don't have time to go through all the contestants. You'll see them on the date analysis we do, but this is an example of a guy who's really fit. I like everything about him physically. His hair's a little bit more like down here, like bowl cut. I don't like his hair. Same thing with this guy.
Really?
They're good looking guys.
Exercising. I run every day.
Sure, they exercise, they do household chores. This is an archetype of like a lot of Korean guys like.
When I like someone, I try to respond enthusiastically. A charming person are my positive vibes, empathy, and my hands.
A little cliche, but okay.
Tennis, basketball, jogging, jiu-jitsu, judo. What men find charming about me? That I'm sexy. But I can be sexy in so many ways. I like to show different sides of myself, one by one. Slow.
This is my favorite girl from the show. She's athletic. She actually looks like she hasn't had that much work done. She's got a nice skin tone for me. And I like how she said, her profile wasn't just about her looks. She said she was sexy, but she said, I can be sexy in so many ways. And I'd like to show different sides of myself one by one. It almost sounds like something I would say. It's like, if you want to date me, this is just one part of my personality. So she's opening the door basically as a storyline to be like, hey, there's different sides to me that you'll get to know slowly. So she's building the anticipation. I like her intro here. This guy didn't stick out to me that much. He just, I'm here to find my destiny. I box, and he seems like a pretty nice guy. Again, like more metrosexual, right?
And I have a great body. In the summer, I go to beaches to get a tan, and while I'm at the beach,
Ye Wang is cool. I like her. I like that she's fit and she exercises, but everything she said in profile was about her physical looks. There wasn't anything about her personality. Okay, this girl's like the epitome of this show. You'll see why.
Let me describe myself in 2 words: cute and sexy. I like tall guys. I'd like to be held in a tall guy's arms because I'm small.
A little superficial, but she's kind of like reality TV bait. Like her facial expressions and her body language, it's very engaging, and I think people will tune in to watch her. And the comment she makes is almost a little cocky, but it's done in such a cute and playful way that she gets away with it.
Personality is important too, and how much money you have. Wait, am I being picky now?
Alright, this is a common thing you'll find with Asian girls, is especially like cocky ones like this. She'll say something funny and then she'll be like, she'll cover her mouth like this. That's a habit I noticed that Gia does. She reminds me a lot of one of my girlfriends. Actually, I almost married her. Rich Asian girl, you know, very fashionable. Her makeup skills are like 10, like 20 out of 10, right? Literally, her without makeup, my ex-girlfriend, and her with makeup. Sometimes I can't, like, it's like two different people to me. She's got her hair down, she's got her makeup down, she's got the little cute gestures and the cute facial expressions. I think she'll be very, very popular. Yeah, confidence is good in dating, but it's a very fine line between confidence and arrogance. And I think just because you can attract someone and get them into a relationship, once you're in that relationship, there's a lot of other things that are valuable. And overconfidence is not one of them. Okay, so I'm gonna skip a lot of stuff here. I'm not here to like build suspense or like I'm not here to deliver reality TV. I'm here to deliver actionable dating advice. But in this particular scene, the guys and girls are explaining why these two top girls are being chosen, and it really speaks a lot to the beauty standards in Korea. Because at this point, no one really knows each other. They've just been hanging out for like the better part of a day.
Jiyeon and Jia.
Jiyeon and Jia.
I think Jiyeon and Jia got the most postcards. Well, I can tell from what the guy said. They said they liked those two, and they caught my attention as well.
So this is Jia. You know, she's fashionable, high maintenance girl.
She's obviously very slim, and guys love that. She's also very fashionable. I think it's Jiyeon. She looks like someone from a comic book. She's the archetype of a pure and feminine woman.
See, as she's saying this, I actually kind of like this girl. You know, she's actually like tan. You can tell she works out. She plays sports. And she doesn't feel like she has that much work done. Like I feel like I'm seeing a real version of a real woman.
I can't drink much.
Is that so?
There's not much to learn here other than the fact that this guy looks like he's in pain. And this guy looks great. He's a good looking guy, but he looks very feminine, right? Just the body language. There's something about him that's very feminine, and I think that doesn't work in his favor in a dating situation. I think Jia found her match with Hyunjun. Watch this particular exchange, and I think it's interesting.
Is your blood type A?
My blood type is A.
A?
Is yours AB?
Me?
Yeah, isn't your blood type AB?
No, I'm a doll. I don't have blood.
I knew that already.
Instead of acting or reacting, he just said, yeah, I knew that already. So he was kind of she was giving him like playfulness, and he was giving it back. One thing you'll know about umbrellas, so I actually carry an umbrella during summertime too. But in Asian culture, it's like we do it because we don't, we like pale skin as a beauty standard, but also to protect from the sun. This cultural norm, I believe, originated from the fact that, a lot of Asian countries were once developing countries. Taiwan, for example, in the 80s was quite poor. And then we went through an economic miracle process. And so people, society, culture has this connotation or inclination to think that dark skin equals lower class. Because back in the day, if you had darker skin, you were outside doing construction work. You were outside doing some type of job in the sun. And so from this context, develop these weird beauty standards 20 years later, like, pale skin, porcelain skin, protection from the sun. And that's why you see a lot of Asian people walking with umbrellas sometimes. I do it because I want to slow down or reverse the aging process. But anyway, that's the reason why I think pale skin is one of the beauty standards right now, and why they have umbrellas out on the beach. In American reality shows, all you see is girls giving each other, sunscreen on their bodies, and they're just lying on the beach like baked turkeys, right? So there's a huge difference between the East and the West.
Me too. Really?
Okay, you'll notice that, girls do this, but Asian girls in particular, they have like very doll-like gestures, like, right? And these are like little differences between East and West. I think actually American guys would find this attractive because it's so foreign in a cute way. But to me, it's almost like a little bit too exaggerated. And the same thing happens with guys in Asia, which like guys are our gestures and sub-communications are more feminine. And so that's why when we go to the West, we don't do as well because we don't understand these subtle differences in communication of dominance, I think. And we have dating troubles because of that.
May I ask how old you are? We can ask those questions now.
What do you think?
What do I think?
Yes.
Are you 25?
When he asked her how old you are, she says, "What do you think?" And then instead of just blurting out the answer, he took a moment and says, what do I think? Like, you want to know what I think. So he took a moment to kind of take context of the question. Most guys would be eager to answer Gia, right?